this first part, you will know what I will get at. Okay, so just let's follow what I present to you. There are 2 days. I like to use this picture as the beginning to help you to ask big question really. And Mark Twain is a very good start with this illustration. There are 2 most important days in our life. Okay, the day that we are born and the day we know that why we are here. This is very important. Of course we know the day that we are born, but the second day to know why we are here. Is there anyone in here who would like to, raise your hand and know exactly that why you're here? Not very easy, is it? Is there anyone who want to dispute about this? You know why you're here. You want to go to Nirvana. Right. Is there anyone who want to dispute about these 2 sentences? Parting from someone, something we love is suffering. We can agree with this, quite easily. But this is not something that we like to talk about. Being with someone, something we don't love or we hate is equally suffering. It's so true, isn't it? These 2 sentences, the Buddha have told this, 2.5 millennia ago, but it's still very true now. Okay? You see, all these questions we like to ask, but there is no guarantee that we would have the answers. Why we are here? Now that we are here, what do we supposed to do? Okay? And whether you like it or not, all of us, we all signed up for a band G life, G for good. We would like to have a good birth, into a good family, good childhood, good education, good job, good marriage, all these things, good health especially, and then good death. I don't think that anyone would object to this, to have a Banji life. But in reality, okay, the reality of life, we might have to, face the Banbi, B for bad. So let's have a look of the Banbi life. What is it? So I'm going to introduce my innovation to present the essence of Buddhism. This bottle would represent your life form. Your life form is made up of body, you've got the mind, and then you've got the spirit, right? Body, mind, spirit, or body, mind, and consciousness. So please have a look that I separate the nature of a mind consciousness very clearly here. The consciousness is here. Your consciousness, your soul, your spirit, all the same. We're talking about the same nature, the same entity. Okay, so mind is your thoughts and feelings. Anyway, come back to this picture. When you are angry, anger is very similar to the water in the kettle reaching the boiling point. Okay, reaching the boiling point. And then you need to have the output. You need to explode. So, when you have anger, the kind of explosion of this energy, this pent-up energy explode is displayed in the way that you just want to react. You just want to do something that can pacify all this feeling, all this very strong emotion and try to get rid of it. So why this anger? You cannot understand reason. You just know that everyone is wrong, only me is right. And I have the right to do everything that can get rid of my anger. So I got the right to say, to act, to do anything that make all these things disappear. Okay? And at that time, it's very destructive. But you must know that. So off you go. You must have say something, do something that get rid of all these things. Okay? And then what happened is that this person, okay, that was consumed with anger before, even though just 5 minutes prior, and this person who have already been sober are totally two different persons. They are not the same one. And this person who has already been sober, he or she cannot understand this person, still in the same person, but he cannot understand himself or herself that how in the world could I have said something like that so awful to my loved one? Could be to my partner, to my parents, or to my children. How in the world could I say that? How in the world, how on earth could I do that to that person whom I love so much? Okay? This person who has already been sober from anger cannot understand that person only a few minutes ago. This is a big problem in humanity. We all have this problem. That's why the course like anger management is so popular, right? Which you got to spend a lot of money, to buy the knowledge so that you can get rid of your anger, which in fact the Buddha have told us long time ago, but we didn't understand how it could help us. So this is one of the examples of Ban-B life, okay? Something like this. So, right, teaching in English just to help my speech and help you to understand better. When your mind consciousness is in the state of unsettlement like that, I would call from now on boom, 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 right? You imagine, you can say, oh, I got the boom, 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 boom. This is boom, 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 okay? Will this cause you the boom, boom, boom? Yes, of course. People nowadays, not just young adults, take suicide as the solution. You don't know, you got the heartache, disappointment, whatever. Suicide is the really popular solution. I say popular because, if you search into for the statistic now of suicide have hit the roof. There are more people who are willing to kill themselves more than people who have been killed in war or in accident or in criminality. There are less people who have been killed by other people. There are more people willing to kill themselves. The rate of suicide hit the roof. I'd like you to imagine the global society as one unit, okay? As a one unit, let's say a person. The rate of suicide like this, that hitting the roof like this, is the symptom of that person is in a state of a coma. A state of a coma. From coma, what you do? You die, right? Coma and then death. And this is what's happening to our global society right now. This is the very obvious symptom, telling us that this global what you call civilization, I will call disasterization, okay, is reaching the end with this symptom. Just be aware, okay? And this, boom, 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 right? Even more boom, boom, boom. If there is any family, with one member in the family, either being alcoholic or gambler, okay? The family won't survive. Mind you, second thought, I would say more like this. If any family have a strong woman, this strong woman can hold a family together if the man in the family drink or gamble, especially if you have children as well, okay? If you have a strong woman in the family, this strong woman can hold a family unit together. But if the woman hugging the bottle or gambling, nothing left. There is nothing left. Will be a broken down family. okay? Because as a woman, your husband needs you. Your children also need you. You cannot run away. Men can run away from the children, but not a woman, not a mother. Okay? So, another boom, boom, boom. This is also boom, boom, boom. Okay? And this is another boom, boom, boom. Okay? There's no way that you can say that, oh, I look after myself well, won't be anything happen to me or this thing. No, that is nonsense. You know that 1 minute you can what? You like to moan that, life is just so boring, it's so mundane, every day just the same, exactly the same. But sometimes you need just only one phone call. Hello, Mr. So-and-so, this is the police and I'm in the the accident scene, okay? There's a car crash here, I got this phone, from the owner of the car. Are you the family? Can you see that? 1 minute, you can moan so much that life is just so mundane. You need just one phone call, and that one phone call can change your life forever. Forever. And the word normality will be just disappear from the dictionary of your family forever. Okay? And the thing that you want to have, to come back for you most is not about all the excitement, the joyful, the laughter, all these things. You won't care if you have the mundane life back, right? Okay? Because you don't want to look after someone who got to be bed-bound, wheelchair-bound all your life. It could be you, could be your loved one. This is another Band B live. This is also boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Another boom, boom, boom. I got to skip this, a bit fast. Okay? I mean, the picture explained it all. This one, I would explain like this. Sometimes, people look at you with envy. Really envy you because you look so perfect. You look so capable. You got everything, good job, good family, everything is good. Everyone look at you with envy. But only you know that, I don't know what's happened to me. I just know that I am so restless, And I don't even know what kind of question I can ask because when I look around, I got everything. Yes, it's very true. I got absolutely everything. I got a good family, got good job, money, big house, cars, you name it. But what else do I want? What else do I want? I just don't know what I want. I just know that there is this massive void in my heart. And no matter what I do with all these things, I could not fill it. I cannot make it full. Okay? And this makes me an ongoing depressed, although I got everything physically. See, another boom, boom, boom. So when you go to the doctor, oh, you got depression. In England, they got only 3 minutes for each patient. I don't know about Thailand. Okay? 3 minutes, what can you do? Because your problem, it could take you 6 months to tell people, right? If not 12 months. So the doctor said that, okay, take the prescription, okay, help you sleep, antidepressant, whatsoever. If the antidepressant can really solve the problem, can really help you to live happily ever after, you think that the rate of suicide will be hitting the roof? No. There is people who will tell you that old people to pass or die before the younger one. Okay? Whenever that any family that they're passing away, jumping the queue, like, the little one go before the older people, you know that the mental wound is just incredible. You never forget. The wound will dig you so deeply. Never forget. And hurt you all your life. This is the last picture that I like to explain. This is the profound sense of lost. The lost that you are not lost in the jungle somewhere, you know, in a black forest somewhere by yourself. Nowadays you got all these GPS, they track you, no matter where you are, they track you, they will find you. But this is the profound kind of loss that you are being among the crowd. Among the crowd, but for some reason you just cannot connect with anyone. You are being, you know, within your family, your friends, you're shopping in shopping mall, so many people, but you look at them, you are so distant. You're among your family, among your friends, they all talk, but you cannot connect with them at all. You have no interest in what they say. And when you want to say something, they talk over you because they have no interest in what you say. And you are just so isolated. And the most profound kind of loss is a couple who are sharing the same bed. One turn this way, one turn this way. Okay? When you're seeing each other, oh my God, what I'm going to say to my partner. Although you're being together, but you are a galaxy away, right? This is a profound kind of loss. Now, I'm going to ask you now, with all these pictures, is there anyone in here who would like to raise your hand and said that, oh, I don't have any of this problem at all, I'm fine? Is there anyone? Long Pi, would you like to raise your hand? I'm fine, because, is there anyone? Because I really like to see your face. You've got to be the most wonderful person in the entire universe, right? No. Okay, are you all sure? You don't want to, you know, raise your hand, give your time? No, okay. You know why? You know why you didn't raise your hand? Because I just finished the first noble truth for you. On the night of the enlightenment of the Buddha, he found out how many universal truths? How many? 3? 4. 4 noble truths, Ariya Satsi, right? The first noble truth is suffering, dukkha, dukkha, right? Suffering. So what I have just been through for you in 8 minutes is the noble truth of suffering, which everyone have been through, dipping in it. It doesn't matter who you are, what religion you belong to, it doesn't matter at all, okay? We all have this common problem is that we are, you know, having the suffering. So we all agree, right? We all agree. So if you agree, yeah, let's see. It means that, so, see, the Buddha summarized again. The first noble truth, parting from someone or something we love is suffering. Being with someone or something we hate is equally suffering. The summary of the first noble truth. It means that you could sit so comfortable in your favorite sofa. Physically, you are so comfortable, but mentally, it's very much like a runaway train with a broken down brake. You can't stop. You just go on and on and on and on and on and on, one after another. I wish I could. What if the cancer come back? What if I lost my job? What if, oh gosh, only just what if? Or sometimes, what should we call it? Oh, what should we call it? Oh, this, oh gosh. You know, all these things, it's just on and on, non-stop. You even know that if I cannot switch all these things off, I would go crazy, I would be insane. You know, and it's quite scary. This is totally not in control, totally not in control. Okay, so this whole nature, we all have it all the same, in different scale, different volume. Yes, of course, surely life must have some positive thing, happy moments, right? Yes, I don't argue with that, okay? We get to that in a bit later, but we are here because we got the boom, 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 right? Right? That's why you want to know the Buddha's wisdom. So, that's very good. We have learned the first noble truth in 8 minutes. It could be 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, right? Well done. Right, so let's move on to this one. So, yeah, this one. So, if you agree with the first noble truth, you didn't raise your hand, okay, say that you don't have any problem. It means that you already agree that we are here at position A, okay? Position A is mean that you admit that you have stress, worry, anxiety, restlessness, loneliness, okay, fear, anger, envy, or losing control. This is about losing control. Losing control of your mind consciousness, okay? You cannot switch that painful thought off. You cannot switch it off, losing control. The first noble truth. On the night of the enlightenment of the Buddha, the Buddha have found out an experience that is totally in the opposite from position A. The experience of position A is like this, boom, 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 okay? But on the night of the enlightenment of the Buddha found position B, totally still, placid, tranquil, at peace, totally at peace. Okay? Once he found this state of mind, he knew straight away that this is it. This is the answer. This is the answer that the entire humanity is waiting for. Okay? To be able to be in control of your mind consciousness, or in control of your thoughts, in control of your painful thought, that you are able just to pick it up, throw it away, dispose of it at will. At will. I don't want to think of you. Go away. And you can just do that. This is the achievement of the Buddha on the night of his enlightenment. He could just pick this up and throw it away at will. Okay? Can you guess that? Position B, there are 4 noble truths. This is the first noble truth. B is which noble truth? 2, 3, or 4? Can you guess?
3.
Number 3, Nirodha, right? Nirod, the end of suffering. This is suffering, dukkha. The third noble truth is the end of dukkha, the end of suffering, the end of misery. Okay? That's it. The uniqueness of the Buddha, okay? The genius of the Buddha is that he doesn't just tell you that there is a most wonderful place, an awesome place, magnificent place, that if you go to this place, all your suffering, all your misery, every, horrible thing will come to an end. He didn't just tell you all this and say, goodbye, see you later. He didn't say goodbye. He said, look, if you want to go, I'm going to give you a map. I'm going to give you a map. So that map, okay, consists of, so that map, can you guess which noble truth? We got only number 2 and number 4 left. Number 4. Number 4, the path, okay, the means that lead you from A to B, okay, they're called mat. How many items? The list? 8, okay. So these 8 items, when you want to, the Buddha also squeeze it into groups, 3 groups, okay. So that 3 groups is that. Can you say what is the first one? Sila, right? Morality, In fact, wisdom first. Wisdom, morality, and meditation, right? So this noble eightfold path, the fourth noble truth, called noble eightfold path, consists of 8 items, squeezed into 3 groups. The first group, you got to know that the purpose of life is to help yourself to be in control of your mind consciousness. To help yourself to be in control of your mind consciousness. This is the wisdom that you must know. The goal of a life is to be in control of our mind consciousness, especially our thoughts. The wisdom. How to be in control of our mind consciousness? The very first thing that you have to do is to observe the moral precept. Okay? You got to do all the good things and not to do all the bad things. Observe the moral precept. Okay? But although you are a good person already, it doesn't guarantee that you'll be at peace. If you are very extremely good and kind person, you can be taken advantage of, right? Nowadays, they can walk all over you, which gives you the boom, 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 even though you are a good person, morally good. So therefore, if you want to be strong inwardly, you got to practice another thing. That last thing is the full foundation of mindfulness, or basically mindfulness meditation, okay, which have a specific form called vipassana. 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 Okay? So, vipassana, this is the 4th foundation of mindfulness. So this very simple picture, you got the first noble truth, A, boom, boom, boom. B, the 3rd noble truth, and then the 4th noble truth as the means leading you from A to B. Is that clear? Okay, so we finished 3 noble truths out of 4 now, okay, in less than half an hour. Is that clear to you? However, even the Thai Buddhists, when they heard the word vipassana, let's go to do vipassana. Oh, no, it's not for me. I don't have broken heart, I'm okay, I'm not a monk. Vipassana is for monks, for old people, for broken-hearted people, right? No. No. So that's why I need to explain to you why we need to do vipassana. Okay? So I give you the 3 analogy. Okay, which have to come back to this bottle again. Very useful, isn't it, this bottle? My innovation, My innovation. Look, I would, from now on, call your physical body your physical self. This red one that you call consciousness, soul, spirit, I would give a character and call this one your mental self. Just to, correspond that. You got the physical self and then you got the mental self, right? And this mind represent your thought, feelings, and emotion. Thought, feelings, and emotion is represented with this water. And this is the carrier of all your problems. Right, give you an example. Suppose Monday morning you go into work, okay? You walk into your office, which have about 15 to 20 people. Some of those people like you. Some of those people don't like you. You walk into that room, you see 2 ladies talking in the corner. One like you, one didn't like you. They talk, look at you, and they smile at the end of it. And they look at you, and they tick, 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 tick. So, perception, you walk in, you saw the scene, crime scene. You saw the scene of people, yapping away and look at you. Straight away, what would happen? Would you have the boom, boom, boom? Would you? Yes. Of course you have boom, boom, boom. Of course you have boom. who don't have the boom, boom, boom unless you are the Arahant. Walking, oh, you're talking about me and then, are you okay? No, normal people walk the street, you got to have, oh my God, they're gossiping about me. They must be talking something really bad about me, trying to convince my friend that I'm bad, all these things. Boom, 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 right? Okay? So from perception of an incident or whatever, straight away it turns into your thoughts, feeling, and emotion, right? Okay? So this thought, feeling, and emotion are the carrier of all your problems. All these problems in the physical world will travel into your life form and turn into thought, memories, feelings, and emotion. Okay, so this is the problem. Water is a problem. And this water attack your mental self. Look, mental self is red one. Attack your mental self. Make your mental self lost in your mental jungle. This mental jungle is made up of your problems. Can you see that? And your mental self is lost. You are unable to come home. Can you see that? That's why in English we have the term, a phrase, you are a lost soul. Have you heard of that before? Gosh, you are a lost soul. It means that you are lost. You just don't know whether you're coming or going. You can't come home because you don't know how to get home. You see that? So, mindfulness, meditation, and vipassana is nothing more than the Buddha literally hold your hand. Come on, come home. Hold your mental self. I bring you home. So vipassana is bring your mental self back home. See? This is your mental self, this red one, and bring you safely home because you were sweating. You would, oh gosh, go on. Can you see that? This is what mindfulness meditation is all about. Bring your mental self, bring your lost soul back home. If you can't understand yet, second analogy, okay? Your problem here is very much like viruses and bacteria who are eating your mental self alive. This is just virus, diseases, okay, pathogen, eating your mental self alive. See? Until you have this really agonizing mental pain. Oh gosh, heartache, broken heart, all this, So, the Buddha saw the problem, knew the problem, said that he throw at this medication, go on, take it, vipassana, mindfulness meditation. See, medication. But the one who got to take this medication, is it your physical self or your mental self? Which self have to take? Your mental self, right? Because it is your mental self that got the pain. So your mental self got to take this medication, this pill. Second analogy. If you still can't understand, I'll give you another one. If you don't understand this one, I'll go home. Okay? This one men might like it because men like cars. Right? Here, you are here at position A, where you have your stress, worry, anxiety, restlessness, boom, 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 okay? And you heard so much about B. Oh, this city, this town is absolutely awesome, beautiful. You can live in, happily ever after in peace, tranquility, all these things. And you want to go, okay? You want to go. But you don't know how to get there. So the Buddha said, it's okay, I give you a car, I give you a transport. So this transport is not a Mercedes, not a Toyota, it's called vipassana. It's called mindfulness meditation. Who got to drive this car? Physical self or mental self drive this car? Your mental self. Because your mental self is right here at position A. And you want to be. So the Buddha gave us a transport. So your mental self got to drive from A to B. Very clear, right? Very easy to understand. So 3 analogies trying to help you to understand why we need to do vipassana. Are you ready? You ready to do vipassana? I mean, you're a bit lost. Okay. So, right, so we are going to take that very first step of this epic journey, okay, from A to B, A to B, which is we are going to solve the problem at the very source, not the end of the, we will never have enough human resource, okay, to catch every criminal at large. No way, okay, because the real criminal, they above the law, right? So we sit here in our favorite armchair, okay, and we are being bombarded by the ongoing problem. So that's why we need to do something to get rid of all this. So you got the physical self, you got the mental self. Not just that, you got all these, okay, you have been inundated with all these, you know, thought, feelings, emotion, problems, which later on I will call Jerry, as in Tom and Jerry, okay? That's why I represent with all these little mice. I'm sorry if you don't like mice, rats. I call mice, it sounds cuter than rats. Oh, I went to Patong in Phuket. Gosh, the rat is the size like that. Oh my God, okay. No? Oh, I don't like rats either. Okay. Mice okay. Jerry is cute. So we got all this Jerry, right? Yeah, boom, boom, boom. So here, let me start a new clip so that this is going to be the, I'm going to explain this part. So please look at it very carefully and try to, this is the theory part, because before we close our physical eyes down, okay, you need to know exactly what you have to do. Because when you close your eyes, you are dealing with all this non-physical, you know, nature, entity. So it's not that easy to understand. So look at this first. We got the physical self, and then you got the mental self. So this mental self, just know that it's consciousness. But consciousness, I will go home because I don't know how to explain further for you. So we got to create a character, okay, as in the mental self, which later on I will explain that it is your true self. Okay. อาจารย์ไม่เห็นถุงมือนะ ไม่เห็นถุงมือ Okay. So your physical self got the physical eyes. Your mental self got the mental eye. Right? Right? Eyes are for what? What you use eyes for? To look, to view, to observe. Okay? So your physical self, your physical eyes look at this physical world. Your mental eyes will look inwardly into your mental world. Your mental eye is nothing new for you. Okay? It's nothing new for you. Okay? Indian, the whole nation, they remind people that this is your third eye. Okay? They call bindi. Okay? They just dot it here, your bindi, to signify that this third eye is for you to look inwardly into another universe. Your inner universe is much more massive than this external universe. Okay? More extensive. So, physical eyes look outwardly. Mental eyes, so later on you're going to close your physical eyes down, and then you're going to use your bindi or your mental eye, look inwardly. Look at what? There are three groups of scenery that you need to look at when you close your physical eyes down, okay? That three groups of scenery are, firstly, your breath, your inhalation. Secondly, your movements, your physical movement. So we are going to, so traditionally, the Thai Buddhists, we do the, what you call the Jongklom. Okay, walk very slowly so that you can be mindful on your step, your lift, your step, you touch, all these things. You be mindful over the movement. But we are not going to do the Dön Jong Klom here. We don't do that, okay? Because we don't have enough space. But I'm going to ask you to move by, okay, stroking your legs. Create the rhythm of the movement. You don't have to open your eyes to look at how you move. Your mental eyes, your bindi, can see the rhythm of the movement. See, when you do this, you cannot see, but you know that something is going on. So just look very directly, okay, to that rhythm of the movement. And then, thirdly, you're going to use your mental eye to look at your physical sensations. Your physical sensation. Like right now, you got the physical sensation as, sitting on the seat, you feel that. But I'm going to make your physical sensation quite overwhelming so that you can grasp on, yeah, just like this. Okay, I'm going to make your physical sensation really, overwhelming, very obvious to you, so that you can easily hold on to it, cling on to it. Yeah, look at this picture. This man represents your mental self, your inner self, okay? The storm, as in 1,000 miles per hour, I don't know how many 1,000 miles per hour, is very much like your problem. So, the man, the problem, okay? Without this post, where do you think this man would go? Would be very much like Dorothy, right? Wizard of Oz, did you watch that? Will be spinning around in the vortex of the storm, right? Okay. So the Buddha knows the problem. So he basically just throw us that, hang on to this pole. Hang on to this pole, this post. So he gave us this post for our mental security. This post is for a mental security. Okay, so this pose represents your breath, your movement, your physical sensations. So what you need to do is to hold on. Hold on is mean to focus wholeheartedly, to observe, to have the self-awareness toward your breath, your movement, your sensation. Really focus wholeheartedly. Don't drift along with your thoughts. So, as you are focusing on the foundation of the mindfulness, okay, your breath, movement, sensation, you may have all this jerry, okay, penetrate too. But no matter how important you think that your thoughts are, don't give in to it. As you are doing the structured meditation, I advise you very strongly to cut the cord. Cut the cord. Okay? Detach, let go, be decisive, be strong. Don't linger on your jerry, on your problem, on your thoughts. Okay? Don't entertain them whatsoever. This is very important. And then wholeheartedly use your mental eye to focus wholeheartedly on your sensation, okay? On your breath, on your movement, on your sensation. So I'm going to ask you, okay, to use your hand, smack, smack, smack onto your body, your cheek, your arms, your legs, all these things. Really whack it in until the sensation, the pain is quite overwhelming all over, so that it will be easy for you to use your mental eye to bypass all this jerry and look at this. You understand? It's very important that this instruction is clear to you so that you know exactly what to do. Okay? Is that clear? Is that clear? Why don't you come to sit over here so that, boom, 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 I miss you. Would you like to, sit all together in the center? No? Please come, because we still got the seat. quite comfy seat as well, just like in the cinema. Okay. Yeah, please move to so that we are in the center because we like energy to really focus as well. Okay. Yeah. 2 more seats here. Yeah, even the front one, very comfy. Huh? Yeah. There we go. Right. Is there any questions regarding the instruction? Because we are getting into what the English call the bread and butter, the nuts and bolts. Hands-on now. Hands-on. The mechanical side now. We are going to put into practice. But this practice, this journey is all about the journey inwardly. So the instruction got to be very clear. Would you like to come and sit here with us, young lady? Are you okay? Okay? Right. Okay, Long Pi. Right, we are going to get into the nuts and bolts now, Long Pi. Right, so just in case that you don't know what we are going to do, because we got this problem, right? We got all these boom, 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 and we don't want them. We want to get rid of them. That's why we need to do vipassana. Nah? Okay, so focus wholeheartedly so that you can clear all this mental clutter, clear all this mental rubbish. 90% of the thought that go through your head each day, 90% of them are rubbish. You can easily dispose of them. Okay? Right. So make your mind absolutely clear, crystal clear. Okay? Right, everyone, I need you to clear all the stuff from your laps because I'm going to ask you to smack and then stroke all these things. So your lap got to be clear. The technique that I'm going to give you is really unconventional. Okay, so listen to my instruction and then follow the instruction closely. Right. Right, everyone, please close your physical eyes down. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Right. Once your physical eyes are closed down, everyone still have that very strong sense of self, quite an instinctive, strong sense of self. Knowing that I'm here, I'm sitting here in this room, I'm still alive, I'm breathing, I can hear, Super One talking, all these things. This instinctive, strong sense of self is the working of your consciousness element. It's the function of your consciousness element. So I talk about your consciousness element as an element, okay, who have its function. Its function is for you to be conscious, to know, to be aware. To be aware that you are sitting, you are alive. Okay, so this consciousness element is in the non-biological form. It's in the energy form. There is no form just like the person that you see in the mirror. No. Okay. However, I'm going to give a character to this consciousness element and call it your mental self. It's a self inwardly, so it is your mental self. So your mental self also got the mental eyes. Remember that dot, the red dot? Okay, bindi. So that is your third eye. Your bindi is your third eye. Okay, eyes are for viewing. Eye are for viewing. So I'm going to emphasize for you the existence of your mental self with the mental eyes, okay? Right, please everyone, use your two hands and smack onto your cheeks, and then your legs. Okay, right. Keep your eyes closed, okay? And then from now on, use your third eyes to look. So I'm going to explain to you like this to emphasize the nature of your mental self that really exists. You see, after you smacking yourself, you have the pain. Normally, you don't investigate what is what. But this moment, I'm going to investigate for you. I'm going to analyze for you what is what. The tingling sensation from tapping your body or smacking your body, the pain, is within your physical body. It's within your physical self. And this pain right now is being observed, being seen, being viewed by your mental eye. The mental eye that belongs to your mental self. Can you see that? So, basically, it is your consciousness element that is conscious of the pain. The consciousness or your mental self act as the subject, as the observer, the knower, the viewer. And this viewer, this observer is viewing, observing the pain, which is the object. The pain is within the physical body. But the observer, the knower who know the pain, observing the pain, viewing the pain, knowing the pain are your mental self with the mental eye, which basically is your consciousness. You see that? So this drill, I try to separate the subject from the object. I try to underline, try to emphasize for you the existence of your mental self. I introduce your mental self for you because from now on, it is this mental self who got to come home. It is this mental self who got to take the pill. It is this mental self who got to drive the car. Okay? So this drill, initially, is to introduce the nature of your mental self. So please don't look for anything, especially look for that person that you see in the mirror. There is none. Your mental self is non-biological. It's not in a physical form. It's in the energy form. However, it does exist. Okay? So from now on, you are going to use this mental self with the mental eye to come home, to take the pill, to drive the car. You're not going to use your hands or your mouth to do all these things, or your legs to walk home. No. You are going to use your mental eyes all the time to come home, to take the pill, to drive the car. How to do it? By using your mental eye to fully focus on your breath, on your movements, on your sensations. Understood clearly? Right. As you carry on with the practice, it will get clearer, I promise. Okay, if anyone watching the live stream from home, at home, I would suggest you to sit down with us with your eyes closed, follow the instruction, and do the practice with us. Because visually there is not much going on, because we are going to engage in this spiritual journey inwardly now. Right, we are going to start with the second foundation of mindfulness, the second foundation, which means that you are going to focus on your physical sensations. The sensations are the home, where your mental self can come back to. So instead of just any sensation, I'm going to create, to make this very, very distinctive, very overwhelming, so that it will be easy for you to hold on to this pole. Okay? Right, please everyone, use your two fingers, massage your temple, นวดขมับ massage your temple, massage your earlobes, smack onto your cheeks again, your arms, smack onto your arms, the other side of your arms, onto your stomach, and then your legs. Okay, right. That's it. Keep your physical eyes closed, and from now on, you're going to use your third eye, your mental eye, your bindi. Now look inwardly. The overwhelming sensations right now are the foundation of mindfulness. Foundation. So this foundation, I give the analogy as your home, where your mental self can come back to. As the pill, the medication, the red pill, where your mental self can take to reduce your stress, anxiety. This sensation are also the red car, which your mental self got to drive. So three analogies, but you do exactly the same. That is, use your mental eye to fully focus on your physical sensation right now. Fully focus. Don't drift along with your thoughts. Don't entertain your thoughts, no matter how important it is to you. Be decisive, be strong, and cut the cord. Okay? Right. Everyone do for themselves. Focus. Still looking at the sensations, don't let go. Look at the changing nature. Still looking at the sensation, no matter how faint it is now. Keep on looking. Don't drift. Okay, right. Come to this very moment, you can see that the overwhelming sensation a while ago have gradually slowed down until it will reach a point of disappearing altogether. So if you have been watching the sensation, you would see the changing nature of your physical sensations. So even though that obvious sensation have now disappeared, more or less disappeared, it doesn't mean that while you are sitting in this posture, there are no sensation in other area. So I will run through with you. So you're going to use your mental eyes to look at the area of the sensations, which is still very much there, which are still home, the nature of home, the pill, the car that you can drive. Can you see the sensation of your bottom and the upper part of your legs that pressing onto the seat? Can you see that? That is quite a big area of sensation there. That is also the nature of home, pill, and car, the foundation of mindfulness. The sensation of your back leaning against the chair, if you happen to lean, that is also another big area of sensations. The sensations of your both hands touching on your legs, more sensations there, as well as your 2 feet touching the floor, more sensations there. And we must not forget the sensation of your clothing, the fabric of your clothing, rubbing against the skin of your body. So more sensations here and there. So please, everyone, use your mental eyes as the subject to look at the object, the sensation of your bottom, your back, your hands, your leg, your entire body here and there. Different people would have the different scenery, depend on the fabric of your clothing, how you sit. So I give you 1 minute just to use your mental eye to scan through wholeheartedly. Focus. Right. Next, I'm going to introduce to you the second foundation, which is your movement. The movement will be compared as the blue home, blue car, and blue pill. You do exactly the same. So please stroke your legs and go around your knees. Do it slowly. As you are going round your knees, I'd like you to really lean forward, just to make the very distinctive movement. Of course, you don't see the movement as such, but your mental eye would see the rhythm of the movement. Your mental eye see the rhythm of the movements. You see that as you are looking at the rhythm of the movements, your mental eyes cannot help but also see the sensation in your hands, in your legs, as you are rubbing on your legs, right? You cannot separate these two groups of scenery. So I would explain like this. Let's take the two pills together, the red and the blue pill. Take them together. We are going to add the white pill as well. Take the three pills together. The white pill is your breath. Is your breath. So please inhale deeply and exhale a few times to make the scenery very obvious to you. Okay, so from now on, we are going to train our mental eyes to know your breath, your movements, and your sensations in one viewing. You can choose to focus on the area of scenery that is most obvious to you, Okay, your breath sometimes is clear, is obvious, but sometimes it's not. Or you can choose to observe the three groups of scenery in one viewing. This is entirely up to you. But no matter what you do, one thing that you must not do is to drift along Jerry or with your thoughts, with your dream, with your problems. Please don't do that. If you happen to drift with no control, it's okay. But be aware sooner than later. Once you are aware that you are drifting along with your thoughts, snap off, okay? Cut the cord right away and quickly come back home. Home to your breath, home to your movements, home to your physical sensations. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now and then let you do quietly. Don't drift. Right, everyone, sit still and then straight away taking the two pills, the white pill, your breath, and the red pill, your tingling sensations. Still looking, don't let go, don't drift along with your thoughts. Right, next one. please fist both of your hands, and then allow you to thump your legs from above your knees, upward and downward, up and down. Right, we come back to take the 3 pills again. The white pill, the blue pill, the movements, and the red pill. Really focus. Hold onto the pole tightly, having full awareness toward everything that you can see right now. Right, sit still and then taking the 2 pills right away. The white pill, your breath, and the red pill, the sensations. Still looking at the sensation and your breath. Don't let go. Don't entertain your thoughts. Fully focus. Right. I want to make sure that you know what you're doing. So, I'm going to ask you the question, and then you look at your experience, and you're going to answer me when I shout 1, 2, 3. I will explain first, okay? So the first question that I like to know if you understand correctly, you know how to do the practice correctly, is that you know you have known to separate the subject from the object, separate the observer from the observed, the viewer from the viewed. The subject is your mental I, belong to your mental self, okay? Whereas the objects are your breath, your movements, and your sensations. So it's very important that you have separated the subject from the object, and that you have been using your subject, your mental I, to look at the object from the distance. Right, please use your 2 hands, okay, and then smack onto your cheeks again, your cheeks, your legs. Okay, right. Now use the subject to look at the object. The subject is your mental I, your bindi. You know where the bindi is, that red dot there. The bindi, the mental I, is looking at the object, which are the pain. The pain is within your physical body right now. Okay, I just want to make sure that it is very clear to you that you know how to use the subject, look at the object. Now look at your experience. Is it very clear to you that you are using your mental eye as the subject and that you are looking at the object, the pain, the breathing? If you know how to use this subject correctly, you understood correctly and you know how to use it very well right now, I'd like you to tell me, yes, I have understood how to use this very correctly, very well. Just give me the answer, say yes, represent yes, I know, something like that. Okay? So when I shout 1, 2, 3, you're going to give me the answer yes. It means that yes, I know that how to use the subject, look at the object. So look at your experience again, and you know exactly that your mental eye is the subject and looking at the object. Okay, so the answer I want to hear is yes. If you know, just shout loudly to me, yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the subject and the object is clear. It means that you know how to use this tool. This subject, the mental eye, in Thai, they're called sati. Sati. P must have heard a lot of the word sati, sati. Sati is your mental eye. Your mental eye is the tool. I might not have a chance to cover this subject, but I tell you now that this mental eye, this third eye, your bindi, act as your sixth sense. Act as your sixth sense. Physically, we got 5 senses, but inwardly we got another sense. Your mental eye is your sixth sense. And the sixth sense corresponds to the sense object as knowing your breath, knowing the physical pain, knowing the rhythm of the movements. These are the sense object to your sixth sense, your third eye. Okay, right. Now the next thing that I'd like you to observe is, please, everyone look inwardly into your head. Into your head area, and see if your mental monologue have subsided yet. Can you see the gap in between 2 thoughts? The previous thought that have just left, and the forthcoming thought that hasn't actually arrived. Okay? The 2 thoughts, you see, before that, the traffic of your thought is just so rapid, so fast, one after another, and you cannot see any gap at all. But once you engage in the meditation, in the mindfulness meditation practice, this practice would slow down the traffic of your thoughts, allow you to see the gap in between 2 thoughts. It's just like the heavy traffic of the car. Once the car traffic slowed down, you would see one car just left, and the next car hasn't arrived yet. Therefore, you see the empty road. You see the gap in between the previous car and the forthcoming car. This analogy works exactly the same as a mental traffic. A mental traffic, a thought. Before that, it's just so rapid, so fast. So we try to slow it down by doing mindfulness meditation, by divert our attention of our mental eyes instead of to your thoughts, to your breath, movement, sensations instead. This diversion of the attention from the thought will slow down, will force the traffic of your thought to slow down until you see the gap in between two thoughts. Now once this slow down, you see the gap, you are able to experience the silence in your head and the stillness in your heart. The experience is very at peace, very tranquil, very still and quiet. So I'm going to close my mouth now and allow you to see that experience. And I will ask you the question later. So please have a look. If you see the silence and the stillness. Right. If you can see the silence and the stillness, the peace, the calm, even though it lasts only 3 to 4 seconds, you are qualified to shout back to me that yes when I ask you. 4 seconds is not long. Tick, tick, 4 seconds, not long. It means that you got 4 seconds of gap without any thoughts, and then you may have another thought coming and left. Another 4 or 5 seconds, another thought and left. But you are managed to see the gap in between two thoughts quite clearly, allow you to experience the peace, the calm, the silence, the stillness quite clearly. So even just 3 to 4 seconds, you are qualified to answer to me, yes, I've seen the silence. Okay? So have a look again, and when I shout 1, 2, 3, if you have that experience of peace and calm, just shout back to me, yes. One, two, three.
Yes.
Very good, thank you. So you have begun to experience the peace, the calm, the tranquility. So if you have experienced this tranquility, the peace, this inner peace, I'd like you to know exactly that this is the very direct result of your bringing your mental self back home, or your mindfulness meditation, or your vipassana practice. This is the direct result. You have put in the effort. You put in the effort to fully focus on your breath, movement, sensations. This part is the task that you have to do if you want the positive consequence. You got to put in the effort, the input, with dedication, with commitment, with patience. Keep on focusing on your breath movement sensation, as in bring your mental self back home, as in taking the pills, as in driving the car. The consequence, the result, is the result of you have come home. You have already arrived home. Home is a safe place where you can have all the love, the warmth, the safety, the security, which give you this inner peace. Or you have taken the 3 pills, and then the power of the pill have kicked in. Okay? The result of the pill have kicked in and give you this result, allow you to be at peace. Or you have driven this car called Vipassana, and then driving from position A, which is now you have reached position B. Please do not use your phone in here while we are meditating, please. Switch your phone off, please. Okay? Now that you are in position B, the position B is everything that the Buddha tell you. Peace, calm, in control. In control. Okay, so I'd like you to look at the scientific side of this practice. It's a matter of putting in the cause so that you can gain the effect. You can gain the result. It is a very scientific based, which you can see for yourself. If you put in the effort, have the input like this, you will always have the result, the impact like this as the result. So this is something that you can prove for yourself. You can investigate for yourself. The Buddha have challenged every single human being to prove for themselves, okay? But the way to prove this is to adopt the practice, to engage in the practice by yourself so that you can see the result with your own mental eye. Because all this, we are dealing with the intangible nature. We are dealing with the non-physical nature and trapped in this life form. That's why everyone must engage in the practice themselves as a way to prove for yourself whether the Buddha have telling us the truth or not. The Buddha said that as long as you wholeheartedly, fully focus on your breath movement and sensations, okay, as in taking the pill, as in driving the car, you will definitely experience the peace, the calm, as in reaching position B. So if you shout back to me, yes, I have seen that peace, that calm, that mental gap, that mental space, it means that you have proven to yourself that this practice does work with you. And what does it mean from now on? It means that from now on, whenever that you are having, okay, the pain, the mental turmoil, the mental upheaval, the mental stability, all these things, all this boom, 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 you know exactly what to do. And if it's me, I won't wait until I've been attacked with the boom, boom, boom to do meditation. No. I will treat this vipassana practice, this mindfulness meditation, or bring the mental self back home, treat it as a vaccine, a vaccination. Vaccination is for protection, for prevention. Protect you from being attacked by the pain. It means that once you go home today, you're going to discipline yourself to engage in this practice. Make it as a big part of your life, as you have to eat, to breathe, okay, to drink, to go to toilet. You need to meditate as well as a necessity to help you to survive. Because to eat, to drink, go to toilet, to sleep, all these things is the physical survival. Whereas meditation is your mental and spiritual survival. If you don't do it, you die. You just die. Die as living a zombie life. No. Physically you are breathing, but mentally, spiritually you are dead like a zombie. Because you are being bombarded by problems all the time. You see this? Okay? So make it as a routine. Discipline yourself. Right. Now look inwardly. If you can still see the peace, the calm, the tranquility, I'd like you to answer me, shout out loud, yes. So if you're still seeing the peace, the calm right now, just shout back to me, yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Very good, thank you. So you can see that it does work. Although maybe not everyone shout yes, but judging from the sound, the voice, I like to say that the majority of you have experienced the peace, the calm. So the next technique that you got to train for yourself is that before we open the eyes, to train yourself is that you got to constantly notice inwardly and check against whether this tranquility, this peace, the calm, okay, is with you in the background of your mind all the time or not. This is something that you got to train yourself to notice, to check, because if you lose this state of mind, you know that you got to do something. Doing something is to bring your mental self back home, to focus on the foundation of mindfulness, to drive the car, take the pill, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to train you to look inwardly and see, to be able to see this tranquility with your eyes wide open. But before we open our eyes, I'd like you to, massage your temple again, please. Massage your earlobes. Smack onto your cheeks, your arms, the other side of your arms, your stomach, your legs. Okay, right. Now, before you open your eyes, make the experience very clear first that the sensation is within the physical body. The tranquility, the peace, the calm is within the mental self. Separate this very clearly. And then slowly open your eyes. Once you open your eyes, okay, you see the sensation still here, but the calm, the peace, the calm is here. If you can still see both nature clearly, just shout to me, yes, mean yes, I can see them clearly. You see the pain is here, but the tranquility is here. If you can see it, just say yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Right. This is called สอบอารมณ์ testing, because we're dealing with the non-physical entity. Okay, it's very abstract and then trapped inside this life form as well. So that's why, to testing you, to สอบอารมณ์ you is very important. Okay. Yeah. The next part that I'm going to, are you all looking for a break, right? Yeah. There is no break, right? We go straight to breakfast. อ๋อสวัสดีค่ะคุณล้นชัย Yeah. We break for lunch. Okay. If you need to skip to the loo, yeah, you can, because I really need to finish the 5 entity, the khanha, okay, that make up of our life form. Without this, it's very difficult for you to understand what is what. So I'm going to explain like this. This physical body is nothing more than, let's start it this way. Thai people will know this saying. ใจเป็นกาย oh no ใจเป็นอะไรคะกายเป็น yeah ใจเป็นนายกายเป็นบ่าว it means that our mental self is the boss, whereas our physical self is only a servant. Okay, this is the big boss, this is the servant. So I'm going to explain like this. Okay, let me start another clip. Okay, so this physical body is very much like a shell, whereas this mental self is a real self. So compared to this hand, but this shell and this self, they need to work together in tandem to form a complete life form. Okay, one cannot live without the other. Okay, this mental self or soul, spirit, consciousness cannot live without a body. A body cannot live without a soul or spirit. So look at this. What is the difference between a crying baby and a dead baby, a stillbirth baby? A crying baby have a complete life form. You see? Oh, let me rewind a bit. According to the Buddha, there are 3 factors to create a life, a complete life. Okay? That 3 factor is that, first of all, you need to have a ripened egg, okay? A ripened egg in the female womb. And that ripened egg got to be met by the male sperm. So these 2 are the conception. Conception form a physical body, okay? But there is a 3rd factor. The 3rd factor is the rebirth consciousness entering the womb. ปฏิสนธิวิญญาณก้าวลงสู่ครรภ์ The rebirth consciousness entering the womb. You see, the word consciousness, vinana, never drop. Okay, before, so when a lady, a woman, expecting a baby, they got all this spirit shopping for the womb. Shopping, okay, to find out which mother that this spirit want to come to. Okay, and this will be attract as the law of karma, whether could be the positive karma or the negative karma. So while woman is pregnant, you got all this spirit is queuing up to find the womb, the appropriate womb, okay, the compatible womb to enter. So from this rebirth consciousness, right? Okay, once it entering the womb, it become the human consciousness. Become the human consciousness. Okay, to make a complete life form. So a crying baby means that crying baby that got the conception as well as having the rebirth consciousness entering the womb and become the human consciousness. So therefore, this life form is complete. So this baby can grow up, okay? Grow up, playing all these things, and turn into all of us like this. Can work, can walk, can talk, can function, do everything. In opposite to a dead baby. Dead baby have only the conception, have only the egg and the sperm, and then make this flesh. The conception make the flesh side, make the physical side, the biological side. But there is no rebirth consciousness to entering the womb. So therefore, there is no human consciousness. If there is no human consciousness, this life form is incomplete. So therefore, it won't survive. See, there is no life, is there? If there is no consciousness, there is no life. Because the consciousness is the core of life, the real self. So this explanation, I try to tell you that a real self is not the physical self. There's only a shell. A real self is our inner self, our mental self. It could be another factor that why is a dead baby. Okay, there might be, okay, a compatible patisonthi vinyana, a compatible rebirth consciousness want to entering the womb, but the egg and the sperm, they do not create a healthy physical body. It could be that as well. Okay, if this house that going to accommodate any consciousness, anyone, it got to be a strong house. But if the heart got the hole, the lung got the hole, you know, the bone is all twisted, all these things. If it's a broken home, basically, even though there is a compatible soul, okay, rebirth consciousness want to entering this womb, but the house is not ready for this person to live. So therefore, they cannot live. Okay, so turn into a dead baby. So it can be any reason. So this I just try to convince you that our mental self is indeed our true self. But it might not be enough. I will convince you further. Okay, to let you know that our real self is indeed our mental self, not just the shell. There are 4 events where our mental self or our soul is not with a physical body. That 4 events are when you fall into a deep sleep. Secondly, when you are unconscious. See, the word already tell you. Unconscious, it means the consciousness is absent, isn't it? Unconscious, no consciousness. Thirdly, when you're in a coma. And fourthly, when you're dead. These 4 events, your mental self or your consciousness is not with your physical body. And let's have a look. What would happen? Who is, you know? I borrow one of my staff. Okay, right. Yeah, I think you got to sit over a bit because it's very narrow. Or you want to, here, put the chair down there. Get up first, yeah. Lift, 1, 2, 3, walk, go. Okay, right, you sit here. I'll be here. Okay. You see that, could you going to be our physical self which is the one you see in the mirror, the very familiar one that you see in the mirror. I'm going to act as your mental self, your soul, your spirit, your consciousness, the person that you cannot see, but very much exists in this body, right? You see, it's already enclosed in here, okay? I'm going to show it to you that why your eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin work, why you have the perception. You take it for granted that every time you look at things, you will see things, okay? Your ears will hear things, but you don't know what's going on inwardly. What is the function? So I'm telling you, what makes your eyes can see is this consciousness. It is this consciousness allow your eyes to see, allow your ears to hear, allow your nose to smell, your tongue to taste, your body to feel, okay? Your body to feel. But without this consciousness, this body, we have a look, okay? So there are 4 events. I'll let you choose that. What you're going to let Kunyu to be, let her fall into a deep sleep, or let her to be unconscious, or if you want to give her a coma, or you want her to die. I don't know where, there was one venue, when I asked the audience, he said that, I want her to die. I said, really? You're going to the one to make her die? Right, I'm sure you'll be kind to Kunyu. Deep sleep, right. You see, they're very kind to you. Deep sleep, darling. Okay. She's in deep sleep. You can snore if you want to, okay? Can you see that? Could you fall into a deep sleep now? Her eyes still here. I can still open her eyes here. But can she see? Why she cannot see? Is it because she is blind or because her consciousness is absent? Which one? Is she blind? The second one, right? Because the consciousness is absent. That's why she cannot see. At the moment, she cannot hear anything either. Is it because she is deaf or because it's the absence of the consciousness? Which one? The absence of the consciousness, right? So it's her nose, her tongue, her skin. Oh, the flood is coming. We got to run. We got to run. The flood's coming. I said the flood, not the fire. Because it's not as severe. The flood is coming. Oh, gosh. See, if you fell into a really deep sleep, can you see that? This is just like a shell, isn't it? It's no function whatsoever, no perception, nothing. It's just a useless shell. Can you see that? Without the consciousness, this is just a shell. Useless. Right? When you're fainted, you're useless as well. When you're in a coma, you know, we could try to talk to you, but there is no reaction, whatever. That's why you don't keep a dead body in your house. You burn them, you bury them, because it's not a real self. And when you're in the coma, you feel so alone, even though you're holding on to your loved ones. But you feel inwardly so alone. Why? Because you've got no connection with the real self, right? Although you hold onto the body, but you've got no connection with that real self of that person. That's why you feel so lonely. That's why you are so afraid when someone dies, because you know that you are going to lose that real self inwardly. That's why we don't keep a dead body of a loved one in the house. See? So in the morning, you got the word, I'm conscious, I'm awake. What's that mean? It means that this nature of consciousness come back, boom, whoop. Life begins. Life begins when you have consciousness. When the consciousness come back, you can smile, you can talk, you can tell people off, you can scream, you can, take a bath, you can, eat, you can do everything. So good. Life is so good, so wonderful. Why life is so wonderful? Because you have what? You have the consciousness. You got this mental self behind the scene, behind this person that you see in the mirror, okay? That manipulate everything, make everything possible in your life. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you. Can you lift it back to me, please? Okay. But, got a lot of but. The information like this to you, is it important to know about the real self and the fake self, the shell? It's important, isn't it? But you know that, you know what? This very most important information have never been taught in a mainstream education. You know, we send our children abroad. We spend, tens of millions of baht for education, go abroad, go away. The knowledge that they give you is the knowledge that helping you to look after this physical body. That's all there is to it. To make sure that you have a means to earn the money and to survive physically. But they tell you nothing about your true self, nothing whatsoever about your true self. And we see what happened. Because you got no knowledge about your true self, your real self, which you cannot see because it's non-physical. So therefore, your real self is in this predicament. Your real self is kind of, venturing into this battlefield, lost in this battlefield, surrounded by all these enemies. And these enemies constantly assault you, abuse you, hurt you, stab you all the time. And you got no defense whatsoever. You don't know how to protect yourself. No defense whatsoever. You're just being assaulted by this whole army of embedded enemies. What are all these embedded enemies? They are your very own thoughts, feelings, and emotion. The carrier of all your problems are here. We are all sleeping with the enemies, yet we don't know. And a real self is being assaulted constantly, until we become a zombie, half dead. That's why the suicide rate hitting the roof now. As a global society, we are in deep, they call in deep water, in deep trouble. We are on the verge of their coma and then death. This whole thing got to collapse sooner or later. It won't last like this. Okay? Why? Because we got no knowledge whatsoever to protect a real self. Everything that you can grab hold of nowadays is all about looking after this shell who live at the most 100 years old, which is nothing. Where's our soul? It's just so old. ท่องเที่ยวในสงสารเป็นอเนกชาติ It means it's so old. Okay? Rebirth after rebirth with the hope that you can find someone who can enlighten you to know that, this is, in fact, our Thai ancestors know this. That's why they can tell us this, ใจเป็นนายกายเป็นบ่าว. A mind, a mental self is the boss. Okay? Our physical self is only the servant. But we cannot understand. We just listen. Okay, yeah. But we don't really understand. So I explained to you clearly that this mental self, this soul is our real self. But we cannot see. This is just a shell. Okay? So, can you see that? As soon as I see you, a lot of you I have just met this morning, the very first thing that I offer you, I guide you to know your true self right away. When you close your eyes, okay, this is called your consciousness, this is your mental self. I guide you to know your true self straight away. And not just that. I give you the tool, the means, okay, to help you to bring your lost soul safely home. Can you see that? Bring your mental self back home. This is the very first thing that I offer to my student. Because once we have a break, you might not come back. Oh, I have lunch now, I won't come back. So I give you the best thing on earth first. And nothing can be better than knowing your true self and know how to bring your mental self, your true self who are lost in your mental jungle, in the battlefield, safely home. These are the two best things ever that you can have. Is that clear to you? So from now on, you know how to look after your true self now. How to look after your true self is to bring your mental self back home. Right. I'm going to speed this up. Just give me another 45 minutes. I should be able to finish this for you before we have a lunch, okay? You see, according to the Western understanding, when they look at this life form, they said that we just have one entity. It's just one physical body, finish. It doesn't mean that they deny the existence of your mind, consciousness, no. See, they even have the word mind, consciousness, soul, spirit. They got loads. But they regard the mind, consciousness belong, the entities belong to what? The brain. The brain. But according to the Buddha, the brain is your physical body, belong to your physical body. Okay? So according to the Buddha said that this life form, in fact, make up of five entities, or 5 khanda. Okay? So at this point, we have already covered the physical self and the mental self, the consciousness, and I show you the connection, the relationship between the physical body and your mental self closely. We just finished. You understand that part, right? There are further 3 parts that we haven't covered yet. That is our thoughts, memories, and feelings, which you can see that I round these 3 entities up, elements up, and then call them Jerry, as in Tom and Jerry. So our mental self will be a Tom, whereas these 3 things will be Jerry. Okay? Let's have a look. It will be clear to you in a bit. So we have already covered this. Right. Our physical self is the part that dealing with this physical world in front of us. The physical world of sight, sound, smell, taste, and texture, right? Okay? Which can be the positive event or the negative events. Okay? Right. So let's have a look. It's just an example. Where have you been last night? Been texting you, calling you, do everything, try to phone you, all these things. Where have you been? 500 times you didn't answer me. Where have you been? So you have the fight, all these things. Okay, we're going to separate. You walk away, separation. As soon as you have a fierce fighting with someone and then you walk away, do you carry on fighting in your head or not? Of course, yes. These are all the ladies, yes. Yes. Of course we do. If you don't fight in your head after a fierce fighting, you're not quite normal, you know. Dementia or Alzheimer, oh, you fight it, oh, forget everything, you can smile. That is not normal. Okay, you walk away, you got to, oh, why didn't I say that? I should have, stabbed with some more ugly word, more, painful word. This is something happened to us. Okay, why? Because we got the memory box. We all face a problem on a daily basis. The problem is just so overwhelming sometimes. Our problem is very much like wave, one after another. One wave hitting us, okay, and then subsided. It means that you solve the problem. You might have a bit of breathing space in between each wave of problems. But sooner or later, you know that the next wave will come, right? Okay? And some of the problem that you face, it's just so big that you are drowned. Some problem is just like a tsunami, you know, you are drowned. And sometimes you die. You just cannot take it, you kill yourself. This is another illustration that I like to portray the differentiation of problems that individuals are facing on a daily basis. Different color, different problems, okay? But the nature of the problem is that you solve one problem just like piercing, have a pin and pierce one, explode. But another one surface. This is the nature of the problem. Because problem is subject to gender. Male problems and women's problems are totally different. There is no way for men to understand women, especially at the time of the cycle, right? No way. Why are you so agitated? It's nothing. Why are you going to be? But women, because, you know, all this hormone thing, okay? In the contrary, women cannot understand men, especially the male ego, right? The male ego is a big problem. Because women, you know, once you have a family, have babies, have children, if you have, you know, your life is more or less finished, right? Because your whole life got to devote to your babies, look after them. Whereas men, they got to go out, you know, the breadwinner. Okay, because it's in the gene, the DNA, you know, in the cavemen, they got to go out and fight, you know, go get animal, whatever. It's still there, male ego, okay? And then problems still different by age. Young people, okay, like if you're in the teen, 20 something, even early something, you like to think that people in their 60s, 70, gosh, it's a galaxy away, isn't it? It's a long time away. Some young children, they even think that will never happen to us. You know, all this wrinkled face, you know, and white hair will never happen to us, to me, that kind of thing. That's right? Do you think like that sometimes, young man? Okay. No? But the age, it just hit you so fast, like a flash like that. You know, you still remember, oh, yesterday I still got black hair, you know, my hair, what happened to me? Because inwardly, you know, your soul, your mental self got no age. The age is only confined to this physical body or this, you know, wrinkle. But in here, for a woman, we will always feel 29, right? 29 or 39. I don't know about men. How old you think you feel inwardly? 35. Yeah? Always 35, if not 21. That's why male got the midlife crisis. You see, because it's just not compatible physically and mentally. Because in here, we feel young. We feel young all the time. There is no age, really. It doesn't matter how old you are. In here, you always feel the same. It's feel either sad or happy or nothing. That's all. There is no age. See? That's why when men come to a part, you know, of this junction, physically, everything is just deteriorating. But inwardly, you're still, you know, quite strong. So, midlife crisis, we'll go through. Anyway. And then, yeah. Okay, so subject to age, to status quo as well, and then to gender, all these things. But the nature of the problem is that the problem comes, Now, the problem goes and the new one surface all the time. The Buddha compare humanity, humans, as speck of dust, speck of dust, being trapped in a cartwheel. Speck of dust trapped in a cartwheel. And then being thrown back and forth, unable to break free. Yeah. Is it? Oh, the storage is full. Okay, we just have to let it go. Look in here, is there? Okay. Delete. Delete them, see? All these things. So the Buddha had like this, that we cannot break free from this, being thrown around in this cartwheel without his help. This is what exactly, happened to humanity. Oh, no, hang on. อันนี้ the bin ใช่ป่ะ
ใช่ในที่เขาเห็น recently delete นะคะ
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. If delete the bin, because I got so many video clip in my iPad that the storage is not enough. ใช้คำว่า delete all ที่จริงกินเนี่ยมันก็ออกนะ Right, come back to this again. The Buddha said that without his help, there is no way for humanity to be able to break free from their own suffering. So therefore, we got to accept the help from the Buddha by using his strategy. Because the problem is just so inundated, it's just so many like this. Okay? So the Buddha said that no matter what problem that we have, it doesn't matter. You got to use his strategy to round them up. Okay? No matter what problem, round them up. If it's a balloon like this, round them up into a big balloon and then pierce it all in one go. Pierce it all up in one go. So this is the Buddha's strategy. This is Buddha's strategy. He said that no matter what problems that we have, in the end, all those problems will be all reduced down to mere sights, sound, smell, taste, and texture. Okay? So it means that no matter what problem that you have, the problem will come with sight. Yeah, come back to this. The problem that come with sight, you see, the sight of people that we fight with, the problem that come with sound, the sound of fighting, arguing, swearing, the sound of the heavy traffic, all these things. The problem that come with smell, the smell of the bin, the toilet that is unpleasant, okay? The problem that come with taste, if a cup of coffee, a bit less sugar, a bit less cream, you drank and then, it's not delicious at all. The problem that come with texture, all these things. No matter what problem that you have, all these things, so diverse, in the end, they all boil down to problem that come with sight, sound, smell, taste, and texture. So please have a look of this terminology. In English, all these things is what we call perceptions or sense object. Sense object perceptions are scientific terminology. They are scientific terminology. Can you see that? The Buddha used the scientific terminology 2,500, 600 years ago. This is quite remarkable. Okay? And when I don't know about your time, young people, but in my time, we got the ชั่วโมงศีลธรรม and we got to recite ตาหูจมูกลิ้นผิวหนังภาพเสียงกลิ่นรสสัมผัส I don't have a clue why we got to recite that right? Sight, sound, smell, taste, texture, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, skin. Now I know. Why we got to recite all this? Because sight, sound, smell, taste, and texture are the information of problems. The data of the information of problems, which our physical self got to deal with on a daily basis. But this physical body, is it a real self or not? Is it? They are not a real self. They are only the shell. So therefore, this physical body acts as the bridges, the passageway, to allow the information of problems to come through, to inform to a real self. That's all. So therefore, all this information of problem, all these sense object, got to travel through the passage, okay, the bridges, the corresponding bridges. Okay, so sight have to go through your eyes, sound go through your ears, smell go through your nose, taste go through your tongue, texture go through your skin. So these are the information in the physical form. So once it's traveled through into your energy world, they got to dematerialize. They're still in the material form. So when they travel through all these senses, sense organ, they will dematerialize into the energy form. So from 5 Jerry, okay, it will be reduced down to 3 Jerry. 3 Jerrys, which are your memories, thought, and feelings. Okay, memories, thought, and feelings. So let's have a look. So these memories, thought, and feelings, from now on, I will round them up and use the word mind. So you got the body, you got the mind, you got the spirit or consciousness. Can you see? It's very clear, right? These are the terminology that we use, but we use it so ambiguously because this whole thing as 4 entity is non-physical, trapped in this body. So the word mind, consciousness, soul, spirit, this and that, 6th sense, it's just also scattering and ambiguous, isn't it? Ambiguous, okay? It's not clear. It's unclear. So I make it very clear to you, okay? These 5 entities, you got the body. This body cover, stretch from yourself, including every single thing in the entire universe. If there is the edge of the universe, this rupa cover absolutely everything in the entire universe, which is a very profound meaning, okay? So this physical universe come in here, turn into the non-physical universe, make up of 4 entities. So these 3 things, thought, memories, and feelings, from now on, I will round them into mind or Jerry. So Jerry is the information that come to allow your inner self, your mental self to acknowledge. And let's see what happened. So let's go through each entity first. Memory. This memory, okay, is very much, this entity, this element, is very much like your diary. Its function is to keep data. Keep data, keep everything that you think, you speak, and you act. Okay? This one. No matter that you do in your entire life, you got your personal diary book or notebook, recorded absolutely every event in your life, both good and bad. And these elements play a very significant role when you die. Because when you die, your physical body will be here on this plane. on this plane, earth, water, fire, and wind. Okay? And then you are going to pass on as a whole package as Tom and Jerry. So therefore, you bring your diary book with you, your notebook that record every action or every karma that you do on this plane. And this book, your own diary book, will judge you. Will judge you where you would go. There is no God up there to judge you. There is no a third person, second person to judge you. You are being judged by your own action. Law of karma. Okay? And unfortunately, you cannot delete them. You thought, oh my God, I'm 60 years old, I'm going to die, maybe, and when I look back, I have done so many things that I'm not proud of. I want to delete them, I'm sorry. This is a non-physical diary. Once it's recorded, it's all done and dusted. There is no going back to delete them. There is no corruption. No. Okay? It's very definite. Once done, it's done. Okay? Memory box. Memory box. The next thing is your thinking element, your master chef, Jerry. Okay? This, I give him a title as a master chef, Jerry, because its function is to magnify. Its function is to amplify. Amplifier, see, talk like this, you can't hear. You need an amplifier to make it louder, make it bigger. Snowballing, okay? Make it bigger. Make something really small like a molehill turn into a gigantic mountain. This is the function of this element, Jerry. Sankhara. Sankhara, Jerry. Okay? Its function is to put in, suppose it's making a big bowl of salad, so its function is to add more ingredient, get all the ingredient, chop, 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 throw it in, throw it in, throw it in. So these two elements work as a thought in your head, in the form of thought, okay, Master Chef Jerry and Memory Jerry, in the form of thought in your head. Once you think, you feel. Feeling and emotion, both positive and negative in your heart. Okay, so you think here, you feel here, think here, feel here. And these three things, okay, is very much like, so, because of this Master Chef Jerry, so they all form up, see, Memory Jerry, thinking Master Chef Jerry, and then feeling Jerry, they form a factory. A factory. See, these two, they work in tandem. They work together as a team, forming a factory, a thinking and emotion factory. Okay, producing more thought, ding, 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 all these things. Okay, and then churn you inside. Because of this factory, of this Master Chef factory, Master Chef Jerry, okay, so Jerry, this Master Chef Jerry, can go to mobilize a whole army of Jerry and then take you over. Take you over. Okay, I give you an example. Suppose you don't feel that good, you know, suspect that something not quite right in your body, so you went to see a doctor. Doctor sent you to the hospital for the blood test, all these things. And only just now, you got a phone call. Hello, Mrs. So-and-so. You went to see your doctor last week. Your blood test already come back. And she said that, oh, your doctor have seen the result of your blood. And he told me to tell you that he needs to talk to you personally. Okay? Shall we make an appointment to come in next week? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Put the phone down. Straight away, what happened? Straight away, what happened? You remember. You remember. Lumpy, please come and sit here. Okay. You remember that. The nurse phone, right? The blood test already, what's it? Okay? Blood test already. And the doctor saw. And doctor want to talk to you personally, straight away. Can you see that? Because you remember, so this Master Chef Jerry start to work in big way now. Start to work in big way now. Oh gosh, what happened to me? Oh, maybe, and you try to think positively. You maybe succeed to think positively about 2.5 seconds. And my God, it got to be something more serious. Otherwise, he won't talk to me, all these things. Oh, maybe I have cancer, maybe I have this and that. And then you look at the children, you know, the baby is still crying. Oh my God, who is going to look after my baby, all these things. Can you see that? Suddenly, a whole army of Jerry take you over. Can you see that? Because Master Chef Jerry magnified the situation. You haven't seen the doctor yet. It might be anything, okay? We think positively. But anyway, this is the nature of this Master Chef Jerry, Sankhara Jerry. It has the ability to go, okay, take a whole army of Jerry, a whole army of Jerry. This is your mental self, your Tom. And then this whole army of Jerry, what happened? Take you over. Take you over. And not just take you over, it's spinning you around. Left, right, and center, top and bottom. Okay? And then make a situation that you just don't know whether you are coming or going. Okay, มืด8 ด้านเนี่ยมืด8 ด้าน just know whether you're going. Okay, so this state and this state exactly the same. Your mental self and the whole army of Jerry turn into something like this. Very painful, very painful. Okay, so at that time, let's have a look. Okay, can you see that? All these words, when you say that, you got the broken heart. You don't mean the heart that pumping blood, do you? Which one do you mean? Broken heart? Your mental self, right? We are talking about a true self. We don't talk about this physical pumping heart. You got the broken heart. Angry heart, sad heart, lonely heart, depressed heart. We are talking about the most important thing. I'd like you to see there are two natures. Your real self, your consciousness, your inner self, your real self. And then you got the Jerry who act upon you, attack you. So I rewind a bit. This morning we talked about the 4 noble truths. I already covered 3 noble truths for you, right? Which one that we haven't covered? Which one? Second one, right? What is the second one? Samudaya is the cause of suffering. We haven't talked about. So come to this moment. Have you had the answer yet? What is the cause of suffering? Who is the cause of suffering? Just use this analogy. Jerry, right? Jerry is the cause of suffering. That attack your mental self, your true self, give you, okay, yes, we got some joyful thing, some positive thing, but we put that aside first, okay? It is all this broken heart, all this dark one, okay, negative one that really crush you into pieces, crush you, make you kill yourself, make you insane, make you have to take the pill, make you all do all sorts of these things. Can you see that? So we covered the 4 noble truths now, right? The suffering, the cause of suffering is Jerry, okay? And then the good news is that, yeah, let's see that. So you are kind of being lost in your mental jungle because of Jerry. This mental jungle is made up of your problems, make up of your problem. So at that time, your mental self is being assaulted by a whole army of Jerry all the time, 24/7 sometimes when you have problems. 24/7, you cannot sleep, you cannot eat, you're tossing and turning. No matter you walk, you sit, you lie down, you are in pain, agonizing pain. Because of all this Jerry assaulting you all the time. See? So we turn into... So our mental self, okay, it's just like this really puny, weak Tom. Okay? Just lay there in the corner and being punched, being stabbed, being chopped by this whole army of Jerry. Okay? And because this is a real self, that's pain. It's just so, I don't know what is the word to use. Okay? It's just so real. If you cut yourself, you have an accident, cut yourself, you can sew yourself up. Sew it up. It will soon heal. Okay? But people who kill themselves, physically, they are absolutely fine. Some young people are so fine. Yeah? You know the lady at the temple, Mui? Her son is only 24. On that night of, what is that, bank holiday weekend? Can't remember what happened. The son 24, goodbye mom, goodbye dad, see you later. Quite jolly, nothing happened. But he never come back. Never come back because on that night he went to jump off the building, dead. 24, broken heart. You see, young people now, they got no vaccination at all. They got no resistance whatsoever, just only a little bit. Okay, it's not a little bit for someone who are willing to kill themselves for. But what I try to say is that at that critical moment, if that young man have a chance to talk to someone, come back to mom, you know, mom love you, all this thing, you know, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, you know. You find someone maybe better than this. All these usual words, it can change the mood right away, you see. But this one, okay, we go back to this. I'd like you to see that this is what happened to humanity now. We got no resistance. We got no strength whatsoever. Okay? And we are being done. We are being attacked by all this army of Jerry. All the time. And why it's so difficult? Why it is so difficult to fight with ourselves, to get ourselves strong? The answer is that this battlefield is a matter of 1 against 3. If not, it's 1 against a whole army of Jerry. That's why it's so difficult. That's why the Buddha said that we stand no chance whatsoever. We are just like a speck of dust trapped in this cartwheel, being thrown back and forth, unable to free ourselves without his help, the Buddha's help. You see that? That's why this inner battlefield is just so difficult, because it's just not compatible, is it? The fight is just 1 against a whole army. That's why we need the strategy, and look at this strategy. Now, this is the good news now. So we're being lost in the battlefield, you know. Externally, we just playing a role, really, like Shakespeare. The world is a stage, isn't it? How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? Oh, fine, thank you. Everything is gorgeous. Oh, gosh. This is all empty question with the empty answers. And this is how we go through life, isn't it? Especially in the West, isn't it? We all go through life empty question with empty answers. Because inwardly, we all carry this weight on our chest, unable to put them down, because we just don't know how. So heavy. And no one have time for anyone now. So everyone just keep, break down. Okay? Right, let's come to the good news now. The good news is that, see, the good news is that the Buddha have experienced a state of mind that he knows very precisely that this is what everyone needs and wants and wish for. On the night of his enlightenment, he found a state of mind that is totally the opposite of this boom, boom, boom. Totally the opposite. He found this absolute inner peace. And he knew straight away, yes, this is the answer. This is the good news, very good news. Even better news is that, look, I'm going to guide you. I'm going to give you a map. I'm going to give you the medication, how you can get from boom, boom, boom to this one. Oh, wow, this is the good news. Which is a shame, it's the part of good news that not many people talk about, okay? That's it. He gave us the medication, or bring a mental self, our lost soul, safely home. Safely home. So the home for a mental self is nothing more than our breath, our movements, our physical sensations. So every time that you use your mental eyes, know your breath, movement, sensation, you are bringing your lost soul out of the jungle and safely home. There is nothing that can be better than this piece of good news. You got to know this. And this is the positive side of the Four Noble Truths. You see, in the West, when you go, I've been in England for a long time, a lot of people say that, why the Buddhists are so negative? You only talk about suffering, 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 misery, dukkha, dukkha. Life is not that all bad, right? We all like to hear this. You see, the Buddhists just don't know the whole picture and cannot defend our teacher. You let them talk about the first noble truth and not knowing that the second noble truth is good news. Why is good news? First of all, the Buddha underline for you to know that this is the problem. Suffering is the problem. Underline first, accept first that you have the problem. The second noble truth is the good news to tell you that the cause of all problem is Jerry, is your own thought, feeling, and emotion. This is your problem. This is the reason of your suffering. This is good news. Because tell you the cause of the problem. This is what everything that all these scientists want to know. What caused this? What caused it? So we go into this investigation. Okay? That is science. Okay? The second noble truth is positive news. Underline the reason of all a problem. The third noble truth is even more good news, that there are a state of mind that you can be free from trouble, from suffering. Good news. Very good news. And even the fourth noble truth, even better news, the best one, that is allow you to what? Allow you to know, to have the map, to have the car, to have the key, show you exactly how to take this very first step of this epic journey to end your suffering. But the Buddhists ourselves know nothing about the Four Noble Truths. So therefore, we cannot fend for a Buddha. We let all those people who don't know anything about Buddhism say that, oh, you Buddhists, you are so negative. You only talk about suffering, misery. But life is not all misery, is it? We got some nice thing, good thing. Yes. I'll talk about that later. You see, everything is just unclear, so ambiguous. But from you know that now. The Four Noble Truths, you go through them all for people who don't know about Buddhism. The first Noble Truth is not that all negative, Before you want to solve any problem, you got to underline the problem first. You got to acknowledge what kind of problem that we have first, right? Our problem is that we got this mental pain. Underline it first, emphasize first, and then investigate what is the cause. What is the cause? The Buddha, his enlightenment, he found out there is a solution. And then he gave us the key, the map, how to solve the problem as well. It's very positive, extremely good news all round, the Four Noble Truths. So I got this book, the Four Noble Truths. I have no fun to print this, okay? Just to print this in this A4 paper with color, it costs about 1,400 baht. 1,400 in color, okay, in color. So it's 156 pages. I got no fun to print all this. This is my latest book to look after the non-Thai, the English-speaking people. Okay. However, I have given you free from the moment that I finished this book over the internet. You can download the PDF form and go out and print for yourself. This is my gift for humanity. This is the Dhammadana Thammathan. No charge. Okay? So, I cannot afford to do anything, so that's why I give it for you. You look after yourself, you want the knowledge. This whole content, the Four Noble Truths, just back up, delve into more detail, okay, magnify a bit of this whole content that I offer you today, the whole knowledge, okay. I have asked Taiwan, who have an organization, Buddha something, who print Dharma book for free distribution. And I have sent this book to them. They agreed to print, okay, for free distribution, but I don't know how long it takes because they don't like to answer my email. So I email them, silent. Anyway, it might take time, but I let you know. So before you leave today, please leave me your email. Leave me your email, okay? The email that I can read. Okay? I normally let you type in my iPad. I won't let you write because I can't read sometimes. Okay? Anyway, my staff will help you with that. Okay? So, I just let you know that it's a shame that it's the fault of, the Buddhists really, who cannot defend our teacher. Anyway, so I hope that I have made it quite clear to you. So let's see what is the next picture. To the end now. Just be patient with me. Okay, right. So I will talk about different type of jerry in the afternoon session. But I'd like you to know that when you are being trapped in this, crow of jerry, a whole army of jerry, you are totally lost. Wish all this act like a little cell, okay? Act a little cell. And then on the night of the enlightenment of the Buddha, he was liberated from every type of jerry. Just know this. Okay, otherwise he got no knowledge to share with us. So if Tom is weak, Jerry will be strong. And I tell you that Jerry is the only culprit, is the only enemy in this entire world. Okay? From now on, don't point fingers to, oh, Mr. Trump is bad, Ms. Theresa May is bad, and Angela Merkel gone now. So, okay? Or the general is bad, or so, don't point the finger. Because when you point the finger, you only point to where? The shell. Because behind this shell, who take over behind the shell? Jerry. You see? Behind every of all these, leader, government leader. So if a government leader, they also got their Jerry, right? Okay. So you don't need many people. You need just one person who is well equipped with political power, financial power. That one person can cause millions death, like falling leaves. Millions death. So let's think of 5 government leaders who caused million deaths in our history. Just 5 people. Hitler, 7 million. Stalin, 20 millions. Mao, no less than 60 million. 60 million, if not 80 million. Pol Pot, another 2 million. Okay, so we haven't reached 5 fingers yet. It's already 100 millions gone. And you cannot even point that, oh, Hitler is bad, Mao is bad, Pol Pot is bad. No! What is bad behind those shells? Jerry. The Buddha condemned the worst thing on earth is ignorance. 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 Okay? The Michatithi, the wrong view, that is the worst of the worst of the worst. Because this wrong view who come with Jerry, all this defilement come with Jerry. You don't have to investigate defilement. Every defilement come with Jerry. Anger, delusion, greed, all come with Jerry. And if the Jerry take you over, you do. And if that person happen to be the government leader, massive number of people do. เดี๋ยวเอาผ้าดำออกมาทำนั่นหน่อยมีไหม I'm going to show you. Okay, how destructive this is. So, can you see this? This piece of knowledge is not just for the Buddhists. This piece of knowledge is for a global society. This is for humanity, not just for the Thai, not just for you all in here. Can I have people, please? ไปไหน No, art staff. I need art staff. Okay? Yeah, okay, yeah, stand here. I'm going to show you. So, who is going to be mental self? You're going to be a physical self. You be a mental self. So this is the one that you see in the mirror. You cannot see this one in the mirror. You cannot see Jerry. But behind this person, this enclosed body, you got this Tom and Jerry. Sorry, yeah. Right? You got this Tom and Jerry. And I already show you that. A mental eye is the part that make your eye ear, make you perceive. You can perceive, right? So if this mental eye is being taken over by Jerry, it means that you are spiritually blind. You are spiritually blind. And this blind, what happened? Making the decision, you will hitting. It's just like the blind, leading the blind, going to wars. You walk off the cliff, right? This is all this, ugly thing, all this thing that happen in the society, because the leader is blind, not physical blind, but mentally blind. Because when you're mentally blind like this, you're making the wrong decision. Take the entire country to war. Send all these young men, to war. They don't even know what is what. But you send them into the front line, get killed. This is the absolute insanity. Absolute madness. Okay? The solution is take away this ignorance and wrong view. Make your mental eye become enlightened. Because you need this enlightened mind, okay? Enlightened eyes to make the decision, to talk to this, so you have the sense of harmony. Harmony is that, I show you. Harmony is that Your breath, movement, sensation are here, right? Your mental self, your consciousness is here. Harmony is that wherever your body is, your mind is there together. See, this is harmony. Is that when you know your breath, you know your movement, you know your sensation, you two self go along together in tandem, in harmony. This is the solution to the world. Thank you. Thank you. Okay? Now, can you see that this is such a simple solution to the world? Understand Tom and Jerry, take the, Jerry out by. So if Tom is weak, Jerry will take you over. And in fact, Jerry have already taken up the world. Jerry is the only culprit that we have, that ever have in this world. But because the government leader, they have no knowledge. They have no knowledge. Okay? And a Buddhist establishment cannot make them understand either. We only go through Pali, talk, and then go home. We go the bad thing again, go home and suffer again. We just cannot understand what's going on. We learn all this Dharma, we listen to Dharma, we do all these things. But there is no real impact, is there? Is there any real impact? We are the Buddhist country in Thailand. If we have the real impact, if we really know the Four Noble Truths, how to solve this problem, this is the heaven, Thailand, heaven. Because our country, our people, it's just so basically good, basically good. We got know all these, tribe, different language, different this and that. No, it's so easy to govern. Okay, geology, we are so perfect. Being shielded by Vietnam, by Burma, it's so perfect. And we also got the Buddha's knowledge. But we don't have the real understanding about how to curb a suffering. We don't have the real understanding about the Four Noble Truths. We haven't really cracked it. That's why we learn Dharma. But the country is still a massive mess. So the solution is that make your mental Tom strong. Make your mental Tom strong by giving Tom the essential food, the essential vitamins, okay? Make it really strong. Strengthen Tom up by bring your mental self back home. Know your breath, your movement, your sensation. That's all you need to do. Every time that you do this, your mental Tom will become stronger and stronger. And Tom will fight with Jerry for you. Because Tom and Jerry are enemies. And Jerry doesn't like Tom. Okay? Jerry is scared of Tom if Tom is strong. Jerry can only attack Tom when Tom is weak. When Tom is weak. See that? Okay? So that's why the solution is just so wonderful. Just bring your mental self back home. Just simply know your breath, movement, sensation. Commit to the practice. If the whole of Thailand can do this practice, I'm sure that this is the heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. Okay? But how are we going to have this out to the public? You got to help. I do my very best already. Okay? I have already been here about 15 weeks. Next week at Asia Hotel will be my very last one. I go back to England next Monday. Okay? I have done my very best trying to, help the mass understand the Four Noble Truths to the core. Understand how to practice your vipassana, okay, your sati paktan, mindfulness meditation. How? Okay, so if you do it, once you do it, if all the individuals do it, it means that we are going to, okay, all together make our mental Tom strong. And this is the first domino that will collapse every single problems in the country, okay, including the world. World peace cannot be the result of going back and then make more weapons, more missiles, okay, more bombs, more bullets. This is what all these crazy people, all these psychopaths, they do. They're, oh, world peace, let's talk world peace, you know, and go home. They make more bullets, they make more guns, they make more bombs, and they talk about world peace. This is what the psychopaths, they do, you know. They're all crazy, they're all bar, vipalat, insane, and they are government leaders. The world peace got to be the accumulation of the individual inner peace put together. You don't have to be a genius. My IQ is quite average, but I can think of this. I can think of this answer. Make every individual have their individual inner peace by bring your mental self back home. Okay? Now, do just a bit. You see? Earlier when we did, you all said, yes, you have your inner peace. Just a short period of time that you do. Do a bit more, your inner peace will stretch a bit longer. So if everyone have the inner peace, put together, they will become world peace. It's just the adding, just the adding, no complication at all. Okay? But unfortunately, all these psychopaths, they cannot understand that. They cannot understand that. So I tell you now that this is all our responsibility. This is our joint responsibility. How we are going to get this simple knowledge to our children. Because if our children don't have this knowledge, we don't have the future. No future. The future will be explosion. Okay, nothing left, okay? But it isn't too late. I tell you, it isn't too late. That's why if we keep on words of mouth, keep on spreading, bring your mental self back home, bring your mental self. Go look at the book,นะคะ, A New Hope for Humankind. ใช่ป่ะ? A New Hope for Humankind. Okay, I've written that. It's just a summary of my retreat in Portland, Oregon. But it still works. I talk about the world peace in there. Just put together the individual peace, and then we have world peace. And Thailand is the most suitable country to do so, because we got the whole culture, the entire culture, you know, with us already. It's so easy for us to have this, okay? Compared to Russia, Africa, there is much more. England, I mean, England is still, you know, lots of temple now. So this is the difference between before and after. Before, you drown in your problem, okay? You drown. But after you do your meditation, after you do your vipassana, you bring your mental self back home. Don't expect that all the problem will disappear. No, they won't. The difference is that you'll be able to float above the problems. You won't drown. You won't drown. You'll be able to float above the problem. The problem is here, but you have the strength inwardly. The strength from inwardly, okay, to deal with everything. Deal with everything, and then you float the problem. And only then you'll be the tower of strength for everyone, especially in your family. In one unit, family unit, you got to have at least one person who know this, and that family will survive. This is a concept that we should do, you know. One family unit, one person at a time, especially a woman. That family will survive, because that person will be the tower of strength, the really strong post for everyone to hold on. And the family will survive. Okay, so this is the end of the khandha, the 5 elements. Okay, A new hope for humankind. You like this picture? It's nice, isn't it? My baby. Here's mine. This picture, I took it myself, you know, in Wales. Tywin in Wales. That is my firstborn. My firstborn at about 13, 14 months, just walking. I took this picture. I love this picture. Okay, walk with his dad. And it's just so suitable. A new hope for humankind. If humanity don't have this knowledge that the Buddha have, you know, given us, we got no chance to survive. Because all these government leaders now, they're all insane. They're all insane. They're all psychopaths, you know, sociopaths. So they are the blind, and they are leading the blind. So that's why we got to take charge of our own life. We got to take charge of our own life. You cannot just let other people run your life for you. You got to take charge of your own life, of your own family, of your own children. Our children now is being plagued by all this game, all this ding, 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 ding. That is plague, a pandemic now. Okay, so this is it, the first half of the day. We're going to have a break for lunch and then come back.